Hello, it is Foundation Friday, July 15th, 2022. Steve Sipress here. And as you can see from the flag behind me, barely moving at all, we have uncharacteristically very low wind here in the monsoon season. However, we do have a little humidity. You see the clouds in the sky, and of course it's around 110 degrees. Now there goes the flag a little bit. So let's get right to it. Another in our multi-part series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big, by Dr. David J. Schwartz. Hopefully you've already gotten your copy. We're in Chapter 8. And Dr. Schwartz is recommending that we grow the "you are important" attitude, which we talked about last time. And here we're going to share what he says, that you want to make other people feel important regardless of his or her status or income. That's important to you for two giant dollars and cents reasons. Number one, people will do more for you when you make them feel important. And he tells a couple of stories, and he finishes it off by saying that it pays to make little people feel like big people. For instance, today, in thousands of offices all across America and across the world, secretaries are helping salesmen make sales or lose sales depending on how the salesman has treated them. So make someone feel important, and he or she will care about you. And when he or she cares about you, he or she will do more for you. I can personally tell you, especially my 9 years of door-to-door sales and all kinds of other sales I've done over the decades, that I always bristled at this whole concept of how to get around the gatekeeper. Or as one of my colleagues in my door-to-door sales days put it, he always called her Large Marge. Large Marge. And he's from Haiti. And so he said it with an accent. And we were in Boston. It's probably a combination Boston-Haitian accent, Large Marge. We always laughed, and people were like, you got to get around the gatekeeper. Give it that name because she or he holds the key to you getting through the gate to the actual, quote, important person that you want to talk to. Well, I never liked that kind of stuff. Or during lots of cold calling I've done through the days, or any kind of calling at all. Mr. This is a secretary, Mr. So-and-so won't see you, or Ms. So-and-so, can I tell her what it's about? And you see all these tricks from sales experts of how to get around the gatekeeper, how to fake them out, how to this and that. I never ascribed to that school of thought. I was right along with Dr. David J. Schwartz and The Magic of Thinking Big. I like to work with the gatekeeper, with the secretary, the assistant, the personal assistant, whatever you want to call it. Why not? That's a person. So according, Dr. Schwartz puts that person under the category of a, quote, little person, because you want to get to the decision maker, and they have a secretary, an administrative assistant, somebody who's a gatekeeper. So you have to get through that gatekeeper. Well, I always did that by working with the gatekeeper, make a friend of the gatekeeper. So I had gatekeepers all over in my door-to-door sales days and doing other sales that loved me. And even though the boss or their boss or the quote, important big person wasn't there whenever I would stop in or whatever, we'd say hello, we chat, we talk, or on a phone call, then don't you think they're much more likely to put me through, as Dr. Schwartz says, to help me make sales instead of the person that's rude and treats that, quote, little person as a little person. They will help kill the sale. So they'll say things like, and I've seen it happen in offices, like they put somebody through, they go, oh, so-and-so is on the phone. This is the guy that's been bothering me and treating me rudely for a month. He's calling again. Now, do you think you're going to make the sale? I mean, that boss already doesn't like you when they put you through. So I never wanted to be that person. I wanted to be the person that says, you know what, he said he's not taking any calls, but if you're going to be real quick, I'll put you through. Stuff like that, right? Make a friend, work with the gatekeeper, or as Dr. Schwartz says here, the quote, little people. I don't even look at it that way. And I don't think he does either by putting it in quotes. People are people, to me. Number two, so he will say, customers will buy more from you. Employees will work harder for you. Associates will go out of their way to cooperate with you. Your boss will do more to help you. if you will only make these people feel important. These are the people that Dr. Schwartz has the quotes little around. Little as in most people treat them like they're insignificant. Co-work, what can they do for me? Oh, nothing. Oh, they're insignificant. No. Number two, it pays to make big people feel even bigger, again in quotes. But now it pays to make that boss, you finally get through to them, or that buyer, or whoever it is, to feel even bigger. The big thinker always adds value to people by visualizing them at their best. Because he or she thinks big about people, he or she gets their best out of them. So that's a dollars and cents reason to make everybody feel big and feel important. And I will add that it's just, regardless of dollars and cents, which I know is what business is all about, but also it's just the decent, human, right thing to do. People are people. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy talking to people. I don't look at it transactionally like, oh, can this person help me? Can that person help me? I like to meet people. I like to talk to people. I like to find out what's going on. Once in a while, that leads to a strategic benefit. That's not why I do it, or not. Even if that was the purpose, it wouldn't be the sole purpose, would be just to make the sale. It's just the human, decent thing to do. Okay, let's move on. Here is the second giant reason for making others feel important. When you help others feel important, you help yourself feel important too. And Dr. Schwartz tells some more stories there, and he finishes up by saying, let's not kid ourselves. People who do not have a deep down feeling of self-importance are slated for mediocrity. Again and again, this point must be driven home. You must feel important to succeed. Helping others to feel important rewards you because it makes you feel more important. Try it and see. Here's how to do it. And he gives 3 ways to do it, which we will save for next Foundation Friday. So there it is. 2 big giants and cents, dollars and cents, 2 big giant dollars and cents, or as I put it, just basic human decency reasons to develop the you are important attitude, the habit of making others feel important whenever you interact with them. That'll do it for a Foundation Friday, middle of July 2022. I will catch you back here again tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. Thanks for being here today. See you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.